This is the Daily Brief for Wednesday, 12 August. 12 stories in 8 minutes: money, politics, jobs, and the machines. Let's go. England's top probation inspector says releasing 5,000 prisoners early could lead to serious violent crime or murder. The chief inspector of probation told the BBC that overwhelmed staff cannot safely monitor the incoming wave of offenders. Probation officers already manage 258,000 cases, nearly 3 times the prison population. The government starts releasing 5,000 prisoners from October to ease overcrowding. One probation officer told the BBC colleagues are in a state of panic about the workload. The Ministry of Justice says it has invested in staff and hiring, but protecting the public remains the top priority. Caseloads have jumped 8% in just 2 years, inspectors say.
The president boarded Air Force One on camera, then vanished into a catering truck to escape a possible Iranian missile threat. Trump confirmed he swapped planes leaving a NATO summit in Turkey after military and Secret Service detected a credible Iranian threat. He boarded Air Force One in view of cameras before being hidden in a catering truck and transported to a military C-32A aircraft. CBS News says U.S. intelligence detected a credible Iranian threat to fire a missile at the plane. Journalists and White House staff aboard the decoy Air Force One had no idea the president was gone. The New York Times reported U.S. intelligence knew of a person near the summit scene with a shoulder-fired missile. Trump said he gets many threats and did not ask much about this one.
Companies buying AI services cannot control costs because nobody knows how many tokens future tasks will burn through. Firms like Microsoft, Google, and Anthropic have invested hundreds of billions in AI, but pricing remains baffling. Token costs, the building blocks of AI models, have plummeted, but usage has skyrocketed unpredictably. Goldman Sachs forecasts token consumption will jump 24 times between 2026 and 2030. Even subtle changes in a prompt produce different answers, making costs impossible to predict. Microsoft has reined back engineers' use of some third-party coding tools over cost concerns. Companies struggle to sign long-term contracts when the economics are shifting this rapidly.
PM Andy Burnham faces his biggest political challenge, yet over whether to release the killers of police officer Andrew Harper early. Burnham inherited an early release scheme, but critics say 2 of PC Harper's killers should not be freed. His government first said it could do nothing without risking prison collapse, then dramatically shifted course under pressure. PC Harper's mother Debbie Adlam called the handling a hash and said she was in turmoil. Conservative leader Kemi Badenoch has branded Burnham a people pleaser who avoids difficult decisions. Burnham now says he has not accepted it is impossible to prevent dangerous criminals being released. The Justice Secretary must deliver a plan to Parliament in September addressing the issue.
The permanent hiring downturn has finally ended, with the jobs market showing signs of improvement. A new KPMG and Recruitment and Employment Confederation report finds positive momentum in UK hiring. Permanent job placements are picking up after months of decline across the country. Employers report confidence returning to the recruitment market. The recovery signals potential relief for job seekers after a difficult period. Industry leaders describe the shift as rays of light breaking through a challenging period.
Google's Gemini app has become one of the company's fastest-growing products, hitting a major milestone. CEO Sundar Pichai announced Gemini has surpassed 1 billion monthly active users, becoming the 14th Google product to reach the mark. Gemini is now matching pace with OpenAI's ChatGPT, which hit 1 billion users in June. 63% of Gemini users employ the voice feature to talk directly to the assistant. Gemini generates more than 150 million images daily. The milestone comes as Google rolls out Gemini 3.5 Flash, designed for coding and autonomous AI agents. Google says it now has more than 100 million active users on iOS alone.
Quick break: every call your business misses is a customer calling someone else. Asm.ai answers your phone, your website, and your messages day and night. It takes the details, books the job, and sends it straight to you. See it working at asmi.tech.
Households within 1,600 feet of upgraded electricity pylons will receive £250 off their bills every year. The first 43 transmission projects across Britain qualify households for the payments for up to 10 years. 2/3 of the projects are in Scotland, supporting the fast-growing wind energy sector. Major upgrades are also planned north of London, East Anglia, the Midlands and North Wales. Energy Minister Michael Shanks says replacing 1960-era infrastructure is vital for renewable power. The scheme costs 80 pence per year added to all energy bills nationally. Between 120,000 and 160,000 households could eventually receive the discounts.
The president signed an order cutting recommended childhood vaccines from 18 down to 11, while making several false statements. Trump claimed children were getting 72 vaccine jabs, but that figure counts all doses by age 18, including annual flu shots. He said MMR vaccines are the size of a soda bottle poured into children. The FDA says a dose is 0.5 milliliters, roughly a teaspoon. Trump claimed separate MMR shots could be quite lethal, but the CDC says most people have no serious reactions. Federal guidance influences state vaccine rules, but states set their own entry requirements. The CDC notes febrile seizures from MMR occur in one of every 3,000 to 4,000 vaccinated children. Kaiser Family Foundation says all recommended vaccines combined add up to far less than Trump claimed.
Female investors achieve higher long-term returns than men, but only a quarter of UK women invest versus 40% of men. Fidelity International found that female personal investing customers recorded 50% cumulative returns over 3 years versus 47% for men. Only 26% of UK women invest compared with 41% of men overall. Among under 45s, the gap widens. 23% of women invest versus 40% of men. Women trade roughly half as frequently as men according to Barclays data, showing more patience. Mint Ventures founder Gillian Fleming says women investing less is largely cultural. Men historically made family investment decisions. Tellery Evans started investing at 25 and accumulated £40,000 by 33, including £8,000 in returns.
PM Andy Burnham now insists he can find a way to prevent PC Harper's killers from being released early. Burnham ordered the Justice Secretary to find a way to exclude Jesse Cole and Albert Bowers from early release. Cole and Bowers were jailed for 13 years for manslaughter in 2020. This reverses his position from last week when he said there was nothing more he could do without risking prison collapse. 50 chief constables and law enforcement leaders called on Burnham to examine every lawful option to prevent their release. PC Harper's mother said conflicting reports put her in turmoil and described handling as a hash. A new plan preventing more early releases will be presented to Parliament in September.
Businesses are turning to temporary staff as hiring confidence wanes across the UK. New data report reveals employers are increasingly relying on temporary workers rather than permanent hires. Business confidence in the recruitment market is declining according to the survey. Temporary staffing provides flexibility as companies navigate uncertain economic conditions. The shift suggests employers are reluctant to commit to permanent positions right now. Recruiters report seeing this trend accelerate across multiple sectors and regions.
An unreleased Anthropic AI model made significant progress on the Riemann hypothesis, one of mathematics' greatest unsolved mysteries. The model increased the lower bound of solutions, for which the hypothesis holds true in a single push. An Anthropic staff member without significant math training prompted the model to take a real stab at proving it. The model coordinated 60 subagents, testing 650 different ideas over a day and a half. 2 subagents developed the key mathematical ideas, while 13 contributed supporting ideas. 30 subagents attempted, but failed to develop new ideas, while 13 validated arguments. The breakthrough was confirmed by Anthropic mathematicians and formalized using the open-source proof assistant Lean.
That's your brief. Every story here comes from a published report, and every source is listed below. Subscribe, and we'll do it all again tomorrow.